99. 99. Secretary, please call the roll. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 169 by Assemblymember Mainshine, an act relating to local government.
Senator Hertzberg.
Well, taking advice and counsel from the leadership of this organization, seeing that this measure came out of the Assembly at 77 to 0, 7 to 0 at Judiciary Committee, and the Appropriations Committee 28.8 it, all I would say is we are trying to bring open data from the days of the Xerox machine to standard machine-readable code. Ask for your aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there objection to using our unanimous roll call? Seeing none, 40 aye, no 0. Measure passes. Moving on to file item 100. Senator Hernandez. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 216 by Assemblymember Cristina Garcia, an act relating to product sales to minors.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, this bill would make it illegal for stores to sell non-nicotine vaping electronic cigarette devices to anyone under the age of 18. Current law only prevents minors from purchasing vaping electronic cigarette devices with nicotine cartridges. Even though these devices come without nicotine, they are still filtration devices that can be used for smoking cannabis, nicotine, or other herbal substances. E-cigarettes and vape pens often target a younger audience using sweet flavor compounds that carry the names of popular kids' treats. Although they don't have nicotine, these compounds have been shown to contain other harmful chemicals masked by candy-flavored vapors. Minors under the age of 18 are now free to purchase and use these products. In fact, the number of children using e-cigarettes or vape pens has doubled every year since 2009, and with that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Debate or discussion on this item? Is there any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Wachowski. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bates. Aye. Fuller. No. Jackson.
Aye.
Aye. Morrell. Runner. Vidak. Wachowski. Aye.
Ayes 35, noes 2. That measure passes. Moving on to file item 101. Senator Monning, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 248 by Assemblymember Roger Hernandez, an act relating to health care coverage.
Senator Monning.
Thank you, Madam President and members. AB 2088 protects workers from being offered only limited benefit health plans by requiring that large employers meet the same minimum value standards for coverage that small employers and individual plans are already required to provide. Offering these substandard plans allows employers to fulfill ACA obligations at the expense of low-wage workers, and they may not even cover doctor's visits, hospital stays, emergency rooms, prescription drugs, and other basic health care needs. AB 248 retains flexibility for a large employer to still provide coverage like dental or vision separately, and amendments taken in the Health Committee exempt grandfathered policies. Members, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Monning. Any debate or discussion on this item? Any debate or discussion on file item 101? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. Bates. Anderson, no. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgiani. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. No. Jackson.
Aye.
I. Lada. Leno. I. Leyva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. Monning. I. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Allen. Aye. Gaines. No. Galgiani. Lada. Aye. Mitchell. No.
Ayes 24, noes 15. That measure passes. Next up is file item 102. File item 102, Senator Block. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 489 by Assemblymember Gonzalez, an act relating to awards.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. AB 489 will allow for ocean lifeguards to be eligible to receive the Public Safety Medal of Valor, which recognizes public safety officers for extraordinary valor above and beyond the call of duty. The bill will also add an ocean lifeguard representative to the Public Safety Medal of Valor Review Board. The bill is supported by the California Peace Officers Association, California Teamsters Public Affairs Council, and the United States Lifeguarding Association. The bill has received unanimous bipartisan support thus far. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Block. Debate or discussion on the item? Debate or discussion on the item? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. That measure passes. File item 103, Senator Block. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 653 by Assemblymember Levine, an act relating to post-secondary education.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. AB 653 would facilitate the ongoing collaboration between the University of California, the California State University, and the California Community Colleges by making it clear that community colleges are able to participate in shared contracts. Shared contracting is the practice of making a procurement contract negotiated by one campus available to other campuses. By collaborating between segments, campuses have been able to realize economies of scale and achieve cost savings and to focus on more regional needs. This bill enjoyed unanimous bipartisan support in the Senate Education Committee. I ask for your aye vote.
Any debate or discussion on this item? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. The measure passes. File item 104, Senator Block, a busy man today. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 721 by Assemblymember Bendita, an act relating to student financial aid.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. AB 721 will provide students with necessary information to make informed decisions about college costs and about their lending options. The bill requires public, private, or independent institutions to make available on their website specified student loan debt statistics and to provide information concerning unused federal student loan monies to their students before they process private loans for these students. Additionally, if the institution does not participate in federal student loan programs, they will be required to inform students that they may be eligible for federal aid at other institutions and provide these students with information regarding state and federal financial aid. The bill has received unanimous bipartisan support in both houses with no votes, and there is no opposition. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Block. Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. That measure passes. File item 106. There is no floor manager for file item 105. There is a floor manager for 105. All right, let's take up 105. Senator Hernandez, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 757 by Assemblymember Gomez, an act relating to healing arts.
Senator Hernandez.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, this bill will ensure efficiency and better service delivery at life-saving plasma donation centers in California. It will authorize a qualified and fully supervised employee who receives general training that meets federal standards, followed by specific training to operate a simple donor screening test in licensed plasma collection centers. In 43 states, other states, the simple one-button, almost entirely automated test can be administered by an employee trained to these standards. This bill will bring California in line with the rest of the nation. This bill will also allow highly qualified physicians, lab directors, and other healthcare professionals on site to serve more donors and collect more life-saving plasma for millions of patients around the world. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hernandez. Is there any debate or discussion on this item? Any debate or discussion on file item 105? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? There is objection. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? Aye. Bates? Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Block? Aye. Canella? Aye. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? Aye. Gaines? Aye. Galgioni? Aye. Glazer? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Wesso? Aye. Huff? Aye. Jackson? Aye. Latta? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Morrell? Aye. Wynn? Aye. Nilsson?
Thank you.
Aye. Pan? Pavley? Roth? Aye. Runner? Aye. Stone? Aye. Vidak? Aye. Wachowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye. Pavley, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bates? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Morlock? Aye. Pan?
Ayes 39, no 0. That measure passes. File item 106. File item 106. Senator Wolk, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 876 by Assemblymember McCarty, an act relating to solid waste.
Senator Wolk.
Madam President, Senators, 876 will require local governments to include a 15-year plan for the siting of organic waste recycling facilities in their existing planning requirements for countywide solid waste management. This builds off last year's landmark legislation, 1826, which will help divert millions of tons of organic waste from the landfills. Decomposing organic waste is one of the highest sources of greenhouse gases, and this will ensure that this waste is properly processed and turned into a nutrient-rich compost and renewable energy, avoiding the emissions that would otherwise be generated in the landfill. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Wolk. Debate or discussion? Debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? Bates? No. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Block? Aye. Canella? No. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? No. Gaines? No. Galgioni? Glazer? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Wesso? Aye. Huff? No. Jackson? Aye. Latta? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leva? Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? No. Morrell? No. Wynn? No. Nilsson? No. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? No. Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wachowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Anderson? No. Berryhill? No. Galgioni? Aye. Hill? Aye. Leva? Aye.
Ayes 26, noes 14. That measure passes. File item 107. 07, no floor manager. File item 108. Senator Lara, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 949 by Assemblymember Gonzalez, an act relating to physical education.
Are you going to do this as a cheer or? All right, Senator Lara.
I can definitely try, Madam President. Members, this bill seeks to remedy an injustice that's happening in our high schools. Cheerleaders are athletes, members. It's time that California recognizes competition cheerleading as an official sport in high school. Since competitive cheerleading is currently considered an activity in school, it does not fall under any of our state agencies' jurisdictions. The lack of formal governance, standards, and regulations has resulted in inconsistent safety and training of coaches. Moving competition cheer to a sport would require a standard set of rules and regulations like any other sport in high school. The current lack of appropriate safeguards results in too many injuries. As a matter of fact, cheerleading accounts for approximately 60% of all catastrophic injuries in girls' high school athletics, making it the most dangerous sport according to the National Center of Catastrophic Sport Injury Research at the University of North Carolina, which has a fabulous cheerleading squad, by the way. And then there's the issue of access. Currently, if a young boy or girl wants to participate in competitive cheer, they have to go through one of the many private clubs or high school teams that has to pay to enter into a private competition. By having competitive cheer as a CIF-sanctioned sport, we will allow any student who wishes to participate and compete the ability to do so without having to pay to be part of a private event. Senators, this bill is about safety, access, and equal opportunity, and most importantly, respect. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Senator Anderson.
I have a quick question.
Will you accept the question?
Sure.
Would this be qualified for Title IX moving forward? Title IX funds. By the way, I'm in support whether it does or not doesn't.
If the school has a competitive cheer program, I believe it does.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, any further debate or discussion? Senator Bell?
Well, in terms of every year, I go to about 30 different high school events in San Jose with my stepson Greg at James Lick High School. And I'll say this, a lot of those cheerleaders are injured. And we need to have this bill passed because I see a lot of the injuries. And I urge an aye vote. This is a big problem. We should help take care of this problem. It's time we do something.
Thank you, Senator Bell. Any other debate, any further debate or discussion? Senator Lara, would you like to close?
Go, fight, win.
Without further ado, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgioni. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson.
Aye.
Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Anderson, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Galgioni, aye. Berryhill. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Vidak. Aye.
Ayes 40, no 0. That measure passes. Go team. All right, file item 109 pass on file. File item 110 Is there a floor manager on file item 110? There is not. File item 111. File item 111, Senator Hill, do you wish to take this up? Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1312 by Assemblymember O'Donnell, an act relating to ballast water management.
Senator Hill.
Thank you, Madam President. And members, AB 1312 extends the deadlines to create ballast water performance standards for ships in California ports. California has adopted the most stringent ballast water performance standards in the world in order to stop the introduction of invasive species into our state waters. While these standards do serve a vital purpose, the State Lands Commission has determined that the technology needed to meet these standards does not exist. This lack of available technology leaves the shipping industry with no way to meet the standard, leaving vessels to soon fall out of compliance with state law. Delaying the implementation of the performance standards will enable further research and development of treatment technologies that can actually meet the state's ambitions. This measure has received bipartisan support and has no opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote, members.
Thank you, Senator Hill. Debate or discussion on this item? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. The measure passes. Moving along to file item 114. File item 114, is there a floor manager? Senator Hoytsburg. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1277 by Assemblymember Bro, an act relating to taxation.
Senator Hoytsburg.
You knew it would be relating to taxation. Some weeks ago, this House passed a change to the threshold for the taxpayer advocate law in the franchise tax board authorized by Senator Hertzberg. This is an extension of the same rights to the a Board of Equalization. It's like a small claims court providing remedies for small sales and use tax as administrative matters, raises the rates. Ask for your support of this measure.
Any debate or discussion? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call on this item? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. That measure passes. We're going to go back to file item 112. Senator Block, on behalf of Assemblymember DeBobne, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1446 by Assemblymember DeBobne, an act relating to finance lenders.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. AB 1446 is an important consumer protection clarification which will help the Commissioner of the Department of Business Oversight crack down on unscrupulous finance lenders operating in California by issuing desist and refrain orders for violations of the department's regulations. The authority provided to the Commissioner by AB 1446 is consistent with the language of several other laws administered by the Department of Business Oversight. 1446 has received unanimous bipartisan support and is unopposed. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Block. Any debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 40, no 0. That measure passes. File item 115. Senator Leyva, do you wish to take up file item 115?